Welcome to another episode of Power of Bourbon. As you can see, a little fancy tonight, and that's because we've got a fancy bottle to review. So if you live in Kentucky, I know for sure Washington, D.C., you get lucky, and there are 2 subscription services you can be part of. And if you've watched the channel for any period of time, you know we are big Jim Beam fans, and so we are part of the Beam Box, which is called Barrel and Boxed. But there is another one called Whiskey Drop, which is the first one that ever kind of came out in the Kentucky area, which is from Maker's Mark. And I am a big Maker's Mark fan. I think they do some great releases, and we'll talk about that coming up here. But the one we're going to review tonight is probably the one everyone was super excited about last year. We poo-pooed on a little bit because I didn't think it lived up to the hype. So let's see if this year's cellar-aged 2024 release will live up to the hype. All right, so if you don't know anything about the Cellar Age series, what it is it's Maker's Mark, like ultra premium line. This year for 2024, it is 12 and 13-year-old Maker's Mark bourbon that comes in at 119.3 proof. So these bottles MSRP right around the $200 mark. Incredibly limited, hard to find. People line up at Maker's Mark distilleries starting at like 3 a.m. hoping to get a bottle, everything like that. They supposedly hit retail stores. I've never seen one in a retail store. I am a Whiskey Drop member, like I said in the intro, so one gets mailed to my house. Again, one of the benefits of living in Kentucky. Otherwise, to be completely honest, after last year, I would not have bought one this year. The fact that it just comes to my house is really the only reason that we've got this one. So let's dive into it and see what we think. So I poured this about 15, 20 minutes ago to really let it open up and just see. Give it every fighting chance to be good this year. All right, so the nose is not bad. There's a lot of cherry, oak, vanilla, a little creme brulee back there. But the predominant note is like a Luxardo cherry that's just in a oak state. There's a little bit of dustiness to it, so age. Overall, not bad. Yeah, I could get behind this nose. It kind of reminds me of trying to think of something that I've had. I don't know. It's an aged wheater. Haven't had very many WLWs, so I'm not going to claim that. A lot like the Wilderness Trail 8-year-old is what I'm getting. Yeah, so overall, not a bad nose. Cheers. So, right off the first sip, definitely getting that Kentucky hug. 120 proof, basically, which is high for Maker's Mark, as you know. But definitely a big, spicy ethanol bomb on the first sip. All right, so in the second one, getting a little bit of the cherry notes. There's really not a lot going on the palate, which is kind of disappointing. And then the finish is all oaky tannins with some like habanero pepper that the heat just builds. And then a little bit of baking spice, but that's about it. Third sip, some of that sweetness comes in the beginning, like a cherry syrup, very cough medicine-y, Robitussin type notes. But yeah, that oak and everything is really, really prevalent and really overpowering. Again, It's hard for me to recommend this to anybody. I think it is. So last year, this was the first time they ever released this style bottle, and this bottle I think is absolutely beautiful. I think the labeling, everything like that, it is a beautiful bottle to have on your shelf. I don't think the bourbon in it is anywhere near the asking price on it. I think if they put it much closer to a William LaLue Weller price tag, so the $100, maybe because today's market go $130, $140, I think it'd be much more of a chance to recommend this bottle. But where they're asking the premium, I don't think it's worth it, because to me, Maker's Mark already has one of the best limited releases you can buy, and it's not the cellar aged. And people are going to go crazy on the cellar aged. And what I'm about to show you is definitely going to be in our best of coming up here. It is going to be one of my entries for sure. It is tried and true, some of the best Maker's Mark product you can buy. And especially in the Louisville area, it just sits and people don't buy it. I just bought my third bottle the other day at Kroger on sale. I think it was like $65. So I could buy multiple of these, which I think are far superior to this cellar age, and still have plenty of gas money to go running around Louisville and go hunting some more. And that is the Maker's Mark Wood Finish Series. I mean, this bottle's not even open. Literally just bought it yesterday. Third bottle, everything like that. So the original Wood Finish Series were in the old style private selection bottles. This first one for the revamp, which is 2024 and is called the Hard Release, is in this new style bottle. And I 100% agree. This new style bottle, way sexier. Looks awesome. Great thing to have on your shelf. People are going to see that and be like, what is that? I'm very interested. And this stuff in here is far superior to the cellar aged, in my opinion. It's the 6-year mark stuff. And it is just absolutely amazing. I got the whole story on the side. I was really against this in the beginning because they canceled the Wood Finish series. I thought they ended on a high note. I was really skeptical of this new release coming out. Thought it was just going to be a cash grab. Tried it, and it's just so good. They kept that bar up high, and once again, excited me about the Wood Finish series. I think this line is the best stuff Maker's Mark is doing. And if it is my choice, besides the fact that it's way cheaper, I'm going to get a Wood Finish series every single time. And maybe try the cellar aged at a bar. Again, if you don't have one and you want that amazing bottle to have on your shelf, there you go. But if you want a quality bourbon you're going to drink every time, Maker's Mark, you are doing an amazing job with the Wood Finish series. Keep it up. This is some of my favorite stuff that we have. And I'm excited to see what it does in our best of coming out later in December. Cheers. See you next time.